All right. You're welcome to Heroic Universal Concept International. All right. I'm about to start checking a project, a web project submitted by one of my students. Okay, we are preparing. We are getting ready for front end web development competition. Okay, so my students are made to create a front end project of their choice. Okay, front end web project of their choice. Then they'll submit to me. I'll go through and assess how far they've gone. It will help me to know how to continue to lecture them for them to be the best. Okay, so that's by the way. Now, in this competition, the first, second, and third person will win some financial reward. The first person will win 5,000. Second person will win 3,000, while the third person will win 2,000. So 10,000 naira was budgeted, donated by myself to make this work. All right, so I'm going through the project submitted by one of my students. All right, so my students, now pay attention, please. You see the menu here. Number one, I'm looking at the font. I don't know if you prefer Times New Roman. Otherwise, you should change the font to another font. But if this is the font you prefer, that's okay. But there should be more, at least more spaces. Just put more space a little bit. So put more margin. Okay, margin or padding. It depends on what you are using between these. And possibly, unless if you want it to be at this position, if this is the position you want it to be, maybe you might consider moving it to this point. Start from here, end somewhere here. This one will now get centered somewhere here. You understand? But it's okay. Then come down. So you also use Times New Roman a lot here. If that's what you want to use, that's okay. Otherwise, you can change it. Okay. So then there should be padding. You didn't have padding. So possibly you put 50%, maybe 50 pixel padding here, 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 here. You understand? So that there should be space before the text. Alright, you can still put more padding if you want. If you want it to start somewhere here, you put like 100 pixel padding for left and right. Okay, but 50 pixel padding is not bad. Okay, then the text you put here, you put them in title case. It's not actually looking so great in the title case. Okay, so change the title, make it to be normal conventional case, as you make it like a sentence. You know, in a sentence, when the first sentence ends, then the next one will start with a capital letter. If there is proper noun in any of the within this sentence, then it will appear in capital letter too. Otherwise, the rest of the text should be small. That's the conventional case. You understand me? Normal sentence case. That is how it's supposed to be. You understand me? So the way it's looking now, it's not looking so good. Change the case. Okay. That's it. Then you are, like you told me that you are still working on this. It's okay. Okay, but let me just make general observation. Okay, then another observation that I've talked about padding, 50 pixel padding. Please always try to, number one, always try to watch the corrections I made in other people's websites. When a student submits a project and I make corrections on the project, don't hesitate to go and watch that video immediately. It will help you to avoid the error the person has made. You understand me? Because you are repeating the same error I've corrected already, which is this padding. Okay, you put good padding to your stuff. Okay, and one more thing, you didn't follow I don't know if you actually followed my instruction. Maybe you did, maybe you did not. As a beginner, when you want to design a website, don't just start designing them. When you want to develop a website, you're working on the front end. Don't just concentrate on just your imagination alone. Try to look for a website that looks like the kind of website you want to develop. Okay, for example, if you want to develop an e-commerce website, look for a popular e-commerce site. Start developing something that looks like that. You'll be looking at an e-commerce shop, then use it, develop yours that looks, so that yours will look like that one. Okay, so that one will serve as a template to you. Okay, if you want to develop a real estate website, look for real estate, use Google, search for real estate website template. You are going to see, or just real estate websites in Nigeria, you're going to see lots of them. Open them, go through them, and get the information, and start developing something that looks exactly like that one. That is how to keep learning. You will still get to a point where you will now uh, create something from your own imagination without looking at the template. Okay, but for now you need to be looking at something to be able to create something professional. You understand me? Because from what I'm seeing here, you don't actually seem to be looking at anything. You seem to be creating them by yourself. Okay, and that makes it not to look professional as such. So you see spaces, that should be spaces. Okay, then all these big spaces, I don't know why you have them. All these white spaces you have here, you have to close up the spaces and possibly reduce the font size. You are using sentence title case. No, you have to change the title case. It's not looking great. Okay, you reduce the font size are big. You reduce the font size, such as these ones. Okay, like I say, change the font to another font, unless if you prefer Times New Roman. Change the case, then change the spacing. These are the general corrections I've made. Okay, that's it. So the same thing. You see, the mistakes you made is more or less on these all these spaces. Okay, all these spaces. Once you correct these spaces, correct the font, correct the font size. Okay, then when you see there's space from here to here, so big. I don't know, so big. To avoid issue like this next time, try to work with a template. Like when you want to develop a site, look for a site that looks like what you want to develop, and develop while looking at that site. Okay, all right, that's it. Then I've looked at this ones. I think I like the way you use your menu. Actually, what we are designing is more like a one-page website where everything you need is in one page. Then you link them using menu. You link to different section of your website using the menu, and that looks quite great. I like it. That looks quite great. Okay, that looks quite great. Okay, so that's, by the way, you've tried your best. Just make all these corrections. Take your time, make all these corrections, and once you're through with the corrections, then you follow other instructions I've given on how to make a presentation, and register in Heroic Talents website. Submit your presentation and start promoting it for people to vote for you. Okay, I wish you luck. Thank you so much.